Hello, magnificent human beings. My name is Landon with Yoga New Mexico, where we focus on empowerment, alignment, and strength. You are in the right place, capable and strong. Very special episode today. I have decided to do my first custom class. This is all about low back pain because someone sent me this.
Hi Landon, Lauren Yogi Ray 22 over here, and as you know, I have a full-time job Monday through Friday that requires me to sit down all day long. So I was hoping that you could create a flow for me that helps me work on lower back pain. I incorporate yoga every day, but I still tend to have lower back pain from sitting down at work. Can you help me out?
Yes, Lauren, I would love to help you out. And after emailing Lauren a few questions, she said it's just kind of a general soreness down around the tailbone area. So we're going to look at some postures that kind of help that whole like tailbone SI joint area. This is for just general soreness. Big disclaimer, if you have serious back pain issues, this is a doctor thing, not maybe so much a yoga thing. But if you have some general soreness in that low back, then hopefully this custom set of postures can help you. So Lauren, thank you for sending that to me because I think lots of folks out there who watch this channel may have some issues with their low back. So if that is you, then please roll out your mat and I will roll the intro screen. Thank all of you so much for being here. We are going to begin standing. Now, I think a lot of the times we just want one specific pose to help with one specific thing in our bodies, and it's good to do kind of a full body flow, at least at first, to get everything awake and engaged and present before we start targeting on some of those more specific areas. So, running through some full body breath, some sun salutations, and then we're going to get into that low back stuff. Please do not skip this part because it is extremely important to be able to kind of wake everything up and get everything going. So just standing here at the top of your mat, feet separated just gently, roll your shoulders back, eye gaze above the horizon. Inhale, roll those shoulders back. Exhale, soften them on down. Maybe closing your eyes and coming into your breath. Inhale, exhale. Forgetting about anything from your day, wherever you are, relaxing. Few deep, steady breaths, focusing on that breath, relaxing. Nowhere to go, nothing to do for the next 25 to 30 minutes, just enjoying your practice. If you would like, setting a short and sweet intention. Maybe it's health, maybe it's vitality, whatever you wish. Once you have your intention, sealing it, 3 cleansing breaths. So go ahead, inhale through your nose, inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through your nose, inhale, inhale, create space. Exhale, relax. Open up your eyes and inhale, hands up overhead. Squeeze your glutes, very gentle back bend, let it go. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, swan dive, all the way down, forward, fold, relax. Keep moving. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, relax. Chin is last to rise on your inhale, coming all the way up. Hands up overhead, nothing too serious. Small back bend, exhale. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, swan dive. Come on down. Keep flowing. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Relax. Chin is last to rise, coming all the way up. Hands up overhead. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold on down. Forward fold. Just hang in your forward fold. Relax. Move around. Okay, fingertips on the mat, stepping it into your first downward facing dog. Pedal it out, move around, waking things up, getting loose, alternating one heel down and then the other heel, still remaining in your down dog, walking it out. And that full body breath portion is really good to kind of get that nice flow in our spine, waking up our spine, because we really want to just get things nice and loose before we get into specific areas. So still in your down dog, walking it out, kind of waking everything up. Fingertips press into the mat, soft knees, lift your tailbone. Identify your left foot. Bring that left leg back, brief three-legged, and then bring it all the way through, base of your lunge. We inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, relax. Holding in this crescent lunge, breathe. Hands come on down to the mat. Take that right leg, bring it up for a brief standing split, set it down. And you never need to raise that leg up too high, just wherever's comfortable for you. Relaxing here in your forward fold, just hang. Inhale into your half lift, you lengthen that spine. Exhale, fold on down. Hands on the mat. Go ahead and walk it on back into your downward facing dog. Pedal it out. If it feels good to shift forward into a brief plank, go ahead. Core engaged, breathe. Downward facing dog. All right. Right leg, brief three-legged, bring it through, base of your lunge. Slow, hands come up overhead. Breathe. Holding in your crescent lunge, very good. Hands all the way down to the mat. Left foot, brief standing splits if you wish. If not, that's cool too. And relax, just hang. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold on down, relax. Very good. Hands on the mat. Go ahead and on back into your downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Okay, lowering down to your knees, untuck your toes, and sitting back on those heels. So just bob your shoulders around, move your neck around, getting loose. Coming into a camel pose and then rabbit, because camel has that big back bend element, and then rabbit has that nice, rounding element to kind of counter everything out. So coming up onto your knees, and we're not going to come into a big full camel. This is more of just a gentle sort of waking things up camel. Fingertips on that low back, fingertips pointed up if you can, or making fists. Pointing your hands down, it kind of encourages your shoulders to roll forward. So whatever you can do to keep those shoulders back, maybe making fists, putting them in at your low back. And again, in our camel, we're not coming far. So bring that eye gaze up and just stay right here. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. Holding. Okay, so inhales, you let that sternum lift. Exhales, hinge back just a little bit, just an inch or two. Inhale, lift your sternum. Exhale, hinge back. Inhale, lift your sternum. Exhale, hinge back. Okay. Come on back. See, not going too far. Bring your knees together. Sitting down on your heels. Relax your hands. Hands grab for those heels behind you. Chin into chest. And then top of your forehead all the way to the top part of your knees, rounding on down. Here in your rabbit, your sasamgasana. Getting that nice rounding in your spine. you are able, feel free to lift your glutes up off of your heels, but if you can't, that's fine. It's really not a big deal. Holding in your rabbit, breathe. And in your rabbit, stay here, and maybe you can tug on those heels with your hands just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little. And gently push yourself back up. Very good. Walking those hands on out into your tabletop pose. Always getting a sip of water if you would like one. Holding in your tabletop. Now we're going to start to make that transition into getting into more of that low lower back area. So, few cat-cows. Go ahead, roll your shoulders back. Inhale, look up for that cow. Bit alasana. And then exhale. Cat. Madhyasana. You push the earth away from you. Inhale, look up, drop your belly. Eye gaze lifts, heart shines, smile. And coming into that cat, push the earth away from you. Just a couple more. Nice and slow. So your inhales, you breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Eye gaze comes up. And when your inhale maxes out, that's when your cow should max out. And then very slowly on your exhale, when all that air is fully depleted from your lungs, this is when your cat maxes out. Finding yourself in that neutral spine, wag it back and forth. Okay, getting set up for cow face, Gomukhasana. So go ahead and take this left leg and wrap it all the way around your right. And separate your feet behind you. This is kind of the big part of the posture I think people forget about as they try to sit back too early. So definitely separate your feet as much as you can. And you're going to need to use your arm strength a little bit here to walk yourself back and sit your butt in between your heels. So sitting here in your cow face pose, you want your knees to be stacked on top of one another as best as you can. But if you have tight hips, then, they may be off to one side, and this is fine. Everybody is at a different spot, in your practice. So really, it's cool. Make sure your feet are flexed because we do want to protect those knee joints. And this posture is really great for that low back. Helps to kind of give some space around that tailbone, SI joint area. Roll your shoulders back, eye gaze forward, and let's just leave the arm thing out of this posture today. Fingertips by your sides, behind you a little bit, shoulders roll back. You inhale, grow your spine, and as you exhale, lower out. Don't lower down, if that makes sense. So you want to keep that hinging from your hips involved. Keep with it. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and as you lower out, you don't need to come far. Keep with it. So this is a very great posture for that low back, kind of relieving some of that tension down there. Stay with it. We'll be here for a few more breaths because this is one of those major poses that's really good for giving space around that SI joint area. And I really like to have hands behind as I come down because the second you bring your hands forward, then you kind of encourage your back to start rounding. And we really want to try to keep that flat back as much as we can. Shoulders roll back, eye gaze forward just gently, because then that really encourages that hinging from our hips rather than rounding from our back. So stay with it, just a couple more breaths. Slow, 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 come back up. Okay, walk those hands forward, and as ungracefully as you like, coming out of your legs being twisted here. And you can kick one leg back, then the other. If taking a brief down dog appeals to you to kind of wake things up, then you can do that as well. Wag it out, shake it out, move around. Okay, next side. So your right knee this time, bring it up and around that left knee. Knees are relatively snug together, and then separate those feet behind you. Slowly, slowly coming on back into your cow face pose. Very good. So if you notice, for me, my right side is a little bit more tense in that hip than my left. So you can tell this knee is up higher already and it's off to the side a little bit more. So this, for me, my right side is kind of harder to, get past. It's more of a challenge. So wherever you are, though, it doesn't matter. Just bring your hands behind you and roll your shoulders back, chest forward. And same thing as we did before, really taking your time here. Remember, inhales, lengthen that spine, create space in every single one of those vertebrae. And then on your exhales, hinging at your hips, lowering outward. Take your time. We did maybe 15 breaths on the other side, so we're going to do the same here. Take your time coming down, listening to your body. Maybe in your mind's eye, kind of traveling to that point in your body where you feel that tension, and just inviting some breath, some love, some light into that area to just loosen things up. Hands behind you if you're able to really inhale and lengthen and grow that spine. Exhales help you lower outward. Stay with it. About 5 more breaths. And as you like, slowly come on back. Very good. Walk your hands forward, coming into that tabletop position. Ooh. Kicking your legs on out. Wagging it out, moving it around. Excellent work. Okay, and from here, go ahead, spinning on around, coming into a very brief shavasana. Laying on down, relaxing, and next is going to be an eagle pose on the ground. Now, eagle posture is really good because when you cross your legs over and you kind of squeeze those knees together, it also helps to kind of create some space around that SI joint, which can help to alleviate some tension in that area as well. Relaxing on down. Bend your knees and taking that left knee, cross it over your right. Now, if this is as far as you can come, that's totally cool. But if you can wrap, then feel free to wrap that ankle around your other ankle. And if you're wrapping, cool. If you're just here, that's fine. But you can squeeze those knees together, and then this kind of helps to create a little space in that SI joint as well. So this is what I would say is, so you don't get burnt out immediately, using maybe about 20 to 30% of your strength, squeezing those inner thighs, and then like bringing your knees together just a little bit, and then hold that strength. So only about 20%, right? Because we don't want to exert all our strength and then just, be done. So about 20% of your strength. And then your pelvis here, very gently, you're only going to be able to move it by maybe an inch or a half an inch, but kind of rocking it and rotating it, like tucking that tailbone under and then bringing it back to a more neutral position. And then you might find some sort of subtle magic here. Or if you have more serious issues, you might get like sharp shooting pain. And if that is the case, then back, way off and just relax. But you may be able to kind of find this balance between squeezing those inner thighs and where you're kind of, rotating your pelvis into being able to find a really kind of sweet spot there in that low back, wherever it may be for you. Just breathe, about 5 breaths. All right, go ahead and release your legs. And windshield wiper, back and forth, just gently. Okay, next side, right leg, bring it on over your left. And if you can, wrapping those legs around, feel free to do so. If you cannot, that's fine as well. Okay, same thing applies here. Very gently engaging those inner thighs, kind of squeezing those knees together. Again, about 15-20% of your strength. Just holding that, just gently, and then kind of rocking that pelvis, bringing that tailbone under and flaring it back a little bit. And if you don't really find that sweet spot, it's okay, but it may be even very subtle, like you're engaging your legs 20% of your strength, but then maybe you only feel something very slight and gentle and soothing in your back to about, 10% or something. So these things can be kind of ethereal, but really just closing your eyes, taking a few breaths, going inside, finding kind of where that space is for you. And as you please, gently release. Bringing those legs on out, wagging it out, shaking it out. You can do a little windshield wiper if you wish. But otherwise, finding yourself in your final shavasana. Just relax. Feet fall out, arms fall out. Enjoying your shavasana for just a few breaths here. Relax. Inhales through your nose, exhales out your nose. In your own time, wiggling your fingertips, wiggling your toes, if you would like, or if you want to stay in your shavasana, that's cool too. Gently bringing yourself back up so that we can bow together. Thanking all of you so much for being here. Thank you, Loren, for sending me your video and your question. If you have a question, then connect with me on Instagram. My name is yoga_New Mexico. So over on Instagram, great place to connect with me. Thank all of you so much for being here. Questions, comments, anything, put them there below, and I will seek to get back to you as soon as I can. Remember, you are a magnificent human being. You are in the right place, capable and strong. From my heart to all yours, namaste.